Hello guys, my name is Guy here, and today we'll be driving in Greenville as according to the Maryland Department of Transportation's Rookie Driver, New Driver, and Coach Practice Guide. Now, I have it pulled up on a PDF here, but I also have it in my hand right now. But let's get started. Congratulations in getting your learner's instructional permits. You've just completed the first step to get your Maryland driver's license. To ensure that you are fully prepared to take on the responsibility of driving, Maryland has a three-step graduated licensing system that includes a learner's instructional permit, a provisional license, and a driver's license. This manual is designed to help you move from your learner's instructional permit to your provisional license. To help you and your driving coach move forward safely, there are several sections included in this manual. Tips on how to be an effective driving coach, a series of suggested routes and skills, and you and your coach need to master before you plan to take the skills test at the MVA. A coach new driver agreement that you and your coach should complete before starting to drive. A log to track your hours of practice to make sure that you've reached the minimum of 60 hours required by law. If you're 25 years and older, you must practice a minimum of 14 hours, but I am not 25 years and older. A guy in here is below the age of 18. A certification page that you must bring to the MVA when you come to take your skills test. This page certifies that you have completed the required practice time, and a chart with laws and regulations you must follow and your coach must enforce. Now, today I'll be your coach and I'll also be a student, so I'll be 2-in-1. Buy one, get one free. A key part of the Maryland graduated licensing system and becoming a safe driver is practice driving. You must practice with an experienced licensed driver over the age of 21, which I'm not, who has held a license for at least 3 years, which I don't. To complete the required practice hours, you and your coach should start right away. Plan to practice on a wide variety of roads in a wide variety of conditions. When it comes to driving a new driver, practice does make safer, if not perfect. For the coach, even after your new driver obtains his or her provisional license, please remember that the decision to drive safely is one that all drivers in Maryland must face daily. Do not forget to complete the Rookie Driver Coach Driving Agreement. This agreement will help you and your new driver develop a contract to encourage safe driving throughout the dangerous first years of driving. The coach is a good role model. I think I am. Responsible driving is one of the best things you can do to keep your new driver safe. We hope you will find this guide valuable. And here's a start. This is the log. So where it says we'll be practicing in a wide variety of conditions, I believe it's mid. We'll be driving my mom's car in Greenville today, a 2021 Jeep Compass Trailhawk. Let's see here. Take learning to drive seriously, but try to have fun. We're doing this in Roblox. We're going to have lots of fun in a public server. Do research and get information to locate the best driving school for you and your new driver. Attend the orientation center for the Driver Education Unit 1 to show your new driver how important driver education is. Review and discuss what your new driver is learning in each class as they progress through the course. Schedule times and prepare routes before beginning to practice with your new driver. No updated laws and processes. Review the Maryland Driver's Manual for more information about the latest laws regarding texting and cell phone use for both you and your new driver, Section 6 of the Maryland Driver Manual. The latest laws about seatbelts, Section 10 of the Maryland Driver Manual. The latest laws about moving over for emergency vehicles. The latest laws about sharing the road. For more information and to obtain a copy of the Maryland Driver's Manual, visit www.mva.maryland.gov. Talk with your rookie driver. Define what safe driving is for you. Wow, a guy. Define what safe driving is for you and your new driver. Discuss what skills you and your new driver will be working on before you and your new driver start to drive. There's a lot of alliteration here. Oh my gosh. Make sure your instructions are simple and direct. Give feedback that focuses on improvement and how to learn from mistakes. Remain calm with your new driver at all times. Yelling does not help. Set a good example with your safe driving. Follow traffic laws, avoid distractions, and always wear your seatbelt. This is for driving school, but we're in Roblox, so we will not be talking about this. And here is the learner's permit holder requirements. For ages 18 and under, which we will be doing, I don't think any of this applies for Roblox. Well, anyways, let's just get started. Let's hop into the mom car. And let's see what the first thing of the driver rookie manual says for us. Okay, pre-entry check. Oh, we have to do that before we enter the vehicle. Have the driver check all around the vehicle for hazards such as broken glass on or around the vehicle, body damage to the vehicle, condition of lights and tires and lights, fluid leaks under the vehicle, people or objects. So far, I do not see any broken glass on or around the vehicle, no body damage, nothing whatsoever. The lights look like they're working very perfectly. And, yeah, I think we're all set to go for the pre-entry check. Getting ready to drive. Be sure to help your new driver adjust seat, safety belts, and mirrors appropriately. Be sure the new driver knows where all the controls are. Headlights, turn signal, hazard lights, horn, heater, defroster, and air conditioning. Parking brake, windshield wipers, door locks, gear shift, gas pedal and accelerator, brake pedal, fasten seatbelt securely, turn off all electronic devices. Well, let's do that. Headlights. Oh. Low beam, high beam, off. Fog lights. Turn signals, right, left, hazards, horn. Heater, defroster, and air conditioning, which I don't think we have in Greenville. Parking brake. On keyboard it's P. Windshield wipers. On some vehicles I'm pretty sure Greenville doesn't have any functioning windshield wipers, but I could be wrong. Door locks. Gear shift. On keyboard for me with realistic gear shifting, it's just Q and E. Gas pedal / accelerator. On keyboard it's W, but the car isn't turned on. Brake pedal. For me it's S. Fasten all seatbelts securely and turn off all electronic devices. We are not in Rensselaer County, so we do not have an option to fasten our seatbelt, but we can turn off our electronic device. With a device, wow. Steering. Have the new driver turn the wheel slightly to the right and to the left to develop a feel for how the vehicle will move when the wheel turns. Make sure the new driver is comfortable with the steering wheel before attempting the next two steps. Wow, it's... What? That's like really cool. Nice. Moving the vehicle. Make sure the new driver knows where the brake and gas pedals are, which we have already done. Have the new driver start the vehicle, making sure the new driver's foot is on the brake. Have the new driver shift the vehicle in the drive and slowly release the brake. You may want to have the new driver engage the brake and gas alternately several times to get the feel of accelerating and stopping the vehicle before moving on to actual driving. There's not that much to it, really. Turns. To help your new driver practice each of the following steps. Practice turning to both the right and the left before leaving the parking lot. I just ran over that patch of dirt in there. Yeah, I'm such a great driver, guys. Check for approaching traffic in all directions. Remind the new driver to use the mirrors. Looks pretty clear to me. Signal intention to turn. Oh great, it's raining. Very nice. Oh, variety of conditions. Very nice. Turn the steering wheel smoothly, enter nearest lane for desired direction, and accelerate smoothly. Backing. Help your new driver practice each of the following steps. Press on the brake, shift into reverse. Grasp the wheel at 12 o'clock. Do a visual search around the vehicle to make sure the way is clear. Literally no one goes to the DMV anymore. Do not start to back up until you are sure the space around your vehicle is clear of pedestrians, bicyclists, and vehicles. I can be pretty sure there are no pedestrians, bicyclists, or vehicles in this general vicinity I want to back up in. Turn your body to the right with your arm over the back seat. Release the brake. And do not accelerate using the gas pedal. Allow the vehicle to move at a slow walking pace, while continuing to watch for pedestrians, bicyclists, other vehicles, or animals. Okay. Okay. Coach's tip: while you and your new driver are driving, it is helpful to have the new driver describe what they are seeing, doing, and even thinking. This will help you as a coach correct mistakes before they happen. It is also helpful as an experienced driver to explain to your new driver what you are doing and why you are doing it when you drive. As you can see, you are seeing the 2 or maybe even 3 parking lines. You can see your headlights, a Mustang to your left, a Dodge Charger to your back left. It looks like some sort of a Ford to your back right. You have street lights. It's raining, and you should be thinking about how the car is going to move in the rain. Common errors of backing up in a straight line: improper body position, moving too fast, failing to check to see what's behind you, failing to look behind you for the whole maneuver, using only or mostly the mirrors during the backup, not steering in the direction you're wanting to go. I believe I backed up quite perfectly. Position within the lane. Have your new driver practice driving in each lane position. See illustration to the right. 1, 2, 3. Center position number 1. Most commonly used. Have the new driver maintain the vehicle in the center of the lane. It's pretty easy. Both in real life too. Left position. Vehicle is positioned to the left of the lane, but is still entirely within the lines. Best used when approaching a hill, curve, or driving next to parked cars. Right position. Vehicle is positioned to the right, but still entirely within the lines. Used to prepare to make a right turn. Coach's checklist. Before going on to the next set of skills, does your new driver know where all the controls for the vehicle are? Yes or no? I think I do. Does your new driver know how to complete a check around the vehicle before moving? Yes or no? I believe we do. Does your new driver know how to brake smoothly and come to a complete stop? I believe I do. Can your new driver back up using the correct procedure? Yes or no? Yes. If you don't answer yes to all of the questions, stop and practice more. Before starting, the coach should also review where all the control devices are. The coach should also review back and blah blah blah. Entering traffic from the side of the road. Help your new driver practice each of the following steps. Check to the rear, sides, and front of the vehicle. Use your turn signal to indicate your intended direction. Select a safe gap in traffic. When clear, drive into the appropriate lane. Turn the turn signal off. Accelerate to the appropriate speed. Intersections. Help your new driver practice each of the following steps. As you and your new driver approach an intersection, check for vehicles, pedestrians, signs, and traffic control devices. Adjust speed to prepare for a stop if necessary. Tap the brake before coming to complete stop to alert drivers behind the vehicle. Bring the vehicle to a full and complete stop at all stop signs and red traffic lights. If stopped in an intersection and the signal turns green, make sure that the intersection is clear before proceeding. Well, really, that traffic light's out. I don't know, that's a good example. What do you do when you see a school bus? If there's no roadway divider between your vehicle and the school bus has its flashing red lights on and the stop sign up, you must stop and wait until the lights are turned off and the stop sign is down. As everyone should. Turning at an intersection. Check for vehicles, pedestrians, signs, and traffic control devices before turning your vehicle. Turn your head to check for blind spots. Use the signal at least 3 to 4 seconds in advance to indicating that you will be turning. Position your vehicle in the lane correctly. Adjust your speed as necessary and stop if required. Identify a safe gap. Check mirrors and look for any hazards. Steer into the proper lane and adjust speed as necessary. Leaving traffic. Search ahead for a safe and legal place to park. Check mirrors, turn or turn signal on, slow the vehicle, steer within 12 inches of the curb. The center car's driver sees the car to the left through his mirrors but cannot see the car to his right without turning to check his blind spot. A driver should turn his or her head to the right and to the left to see blind spots before changing lanes. Coach's checklist. Before going on to the next set of skills, does your new driver stop completely at red lights and stop signs and understand giving the right of way? Yes. Does your new driver consistently signal before turning? Yes. Does your new driver complete a careful visual search before moving on to the road or through an intersection? Yes. Does your new driver enter and exit intersections safely and confidently? Yes. Does your new driver understand lane position and place the vehicle correctly in the line at all times? Yes. If you don't answer yes to all these questions, stop and practice more. After your rookie driver has practiced entering traffic and driving around the neighborhood several times to get the we're supposed to do that around the neighborhood? Oh, I didn't know that. Several times to get the feel of accelerating, braking, using turn signals, and watching for all of the risks that are present in the neighborhood, you should plan to go out to a larger road. The average speed on the road should be between 35 to 50 miles an hour. You and your rookie driver should focus not only on practicing driving skills, but also looking... There's actually like an extra space here. Looking out ahead and watching for hazards on the road. I don't remember seeing anywhere where it said, like, to do it around the neighborhood. We've just been doing it on the highway. So I guess we're like a step ahead? We already practiced this part. Actually, no, I don't think we have. Changing lanes. Help your new driver practice each of the following steps. Maintain proper space. Cushion. Check traffic in all directions. Select a safe gap. Use turn signal to signal intentions. Recheck the direction of the lane change. Recheck in the direction of the lane change to adjust speed and steer smoothly into the lane. Cancel turn signal once established in the lane. I'm pretty sure we technically did do that when we were merging onto the highway, but anyways. Risk is everywhere. Risk is the constant danger that something unexpected will happen on the road. A child may run after a ball and into traffic. A driver in front of you may stop suddenly. Someone next to you may look down at a cell phone and swerve into your lane. Experienced drivers anticipate what can happen on the road and change their driving when they see dangerous situations developing. Because novice drivers frequently do not recognize risky situations, they are more likely to not reacting into the crashes. Learning to recognize and manage risk is critical to safe driving. Using shared left turn lane to enter a driveway or parking lot. Help your new driver practice each of the following steps. Check traffic signaling left turn. Check for drivers entering from left and right sides of the road. Signal for 3 to 4 seconds in advance of the move. Advance speed and move into shared turn lane no more than 2 to 3 seconds in advance of turn. Wait for a safe gap in oncoming traffic and complete turn. This car is some bun. Using shared left turn lane to enter traffic. We already did this when we were merging on from the roundabout in Greenville. But help your new driver practice each of the following steps. Signal left turn, stop at the edge of the roadway. Check for drivers on the opposite side of the roadway who are signaling left turn. Check for a safe gap to the left. If traffic is clear in both directions, enter first through lane to the left. If gap is to the left but not to the right, move into shared turn lane. Stop and turn on right signal. Recheck oncoming traffic. When traffic clears, accelerate and steer into the nearest lane. Using multiple turn lanes. Help your new driver practice each of the following steps. Adjust speed and position to minimize conflicts. Identify the turn lane 1 or 2 blocks in advance. Signal your intentions when safe and enter the appropriate lane. Check the traffic control devices, the oncoming traffic, and the cross traffic. When legal and safe, steer into the corresponding lane. Stay alert for pedestrians crossing the street and for oncoming vehicles. Remember, trucks and buses needed more room to turn. I don't know why it's written in the past tense, but they do need more room to turn. They need more turn. More room. I don't see any conflicts. Move over, stop, or slow down. Stop for any school buses with their lights and signals on. If there is no divider between you and the school bus, move over! Move over into the next lane if possible. For any emergency vehicle, police, fire, ambulance, tow truck, or any service vehicle that is stopped at the edge of a roadway or shoulder, slow down! If you cannot move over for a vehicle described in the previous paragraph, then you must slow down to an appropriate safe speed. What is a roundabout? That looks like a F. I need to get better glasses. A roundabout, which is sometimes called a traffic circle, allows vehicles to move more efficiently than a traffic light would. What am I supposed to do when I get to one? Slow down. Obey all traffic signs and pavement markings. Yield to pedestrians and bicyclists when entering and exiting the roundabout. Yield to traffic on your left already in the roundabout. Keep your speed low. As you approach your exit, turn your right turn signal on. I don't think this is the way to use the roundabout, but okay. I definitely did that wrong. Driving with bicycles. You are required to maintain a 3-foot space cushion between you and a bicyclist traveling on a Maryland road. While some Maryland roads don't have special bicycle lanes, many do not. Because we're filled with fucking farmers. Help keep Maryland roads safe for everyone who uses them. Coach's checklist. Before going on to the next set of skills, does your new driver safely go through a complex intersection? Yes or no? I believe so. Yes. Does your new driver properly use a shared left lane to both enter and exit traffic? Yes. Does your new driver obey... Oh, I skipped line. Does your new driver change lanes safely? Yes. Does your new driver obey all traffic signs and signals? Yes. Does your new driver observe all posted speed limits when driving? Yes. Does your new driver feel comfortable driving on a large, busy road? Yes. If you don't answer yes to all of these questions, stop and practice more. Start practicing with your rookie driver on highways when the traffic is light. Expressway driving. I think we're going to get this in Greenville, like in the highway expansion update, but we'll still read it now. Help your new driver practice each of the following steps. Identify the expressway entrance ramp. Accelerate the highway speed. Actually, none of this applies really right now, but select the safe gap to merge in the closest lane. We don't have an expressway in Greenville. High-speed, multiple-lane divided highway of cross streets. That is a lot to read. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. But help your new driver practice each of the following steps. Before entering the highway from the cross street, stop completely unless entering on a green signal. Use your turn signal to indicate what direction you'll be turning. Carefully select a large gap in traffic. Careful gap selection is critical. Accelerate into a proper lane. Maintain adequate space cushion, 3 to 4 second minimum. Huh? Change lanes only after completing head checks and mirror checks. To exit highway, use appropriate turn signal. And deaccelerate safely. Looking ahead, or IPDE. Identify potential risks like oncoming vehicles, pedestrians, obstacles, and or intersections. Predict when or where there may be a problem. Decide on what the best course of action. Execute that action. Okay, that potential risk is a speed bump. Wow, I executed it. Wow, very nice. Yeah. Passing another vehicle. Help your new driver practice each of the following steps. Maintain a proper interval between you and the vehicle to be passed. Select an adequate gap in oncoming traffic. Signal your intentions. Check mirrors and complete head-on check before changing lanes. Steer smoothly into the passing lane and accelerate. Even when you're passing, you are not allowed to exceed the posted speed limit. When the entire front of the vehicle can be seen in your rear view mirror, signal and steer smoothly into the original lane. Being passed. Help your new driver practice each of the following steps. Maintain speed and lane position. Check for oncoming traffic that may present a hazard to the passing vehicle. Slow if necessary to allow the passing vehicle to re-enter the lane. What is the proper following distance and how do I measure it? The proper distance under ideal conditions is 3 to 4 seconds. To measure, start accounting when I'm not reading all of that. This is just a demonstration, or even though there's no car there. I'm not even going to do the coach's checklist because we can do these easily. Well, I'm not even going to read these either. Before you drive, check all exterior lights properly. Isn't that what the pre-drive checklist is supposed to do? And that's what it's for. Avoid using high beams when you see the headlights of an oncoming vehicle. This is just common courtesy. I don't know why it should be taught. The importance of using low beam headlights in foggy driving conditions. Now, when I actually read this, I did not know that you weren't supposed to use high beam headlights in fog. I always thought you were supposed to use high beams in the fog. Even though I do drive with low beam and fog lights on, I never knew that you were supposed to use high beams. Like, not supposed to use high beams in fog. But you're supposed to use low beams in fog, apparently, instead of high beams. I learn something new every day, and I'm most likely a danger to the road. Adjust your rear view mirror to avoid the reflection of other vehicles' headlights. Most cars have a day-night rear view mirrors that can be tilted easily to reduce the glare. Now, my dad's Renegade has this feature. Avoid using your vehicle's interior light while you're driving. If you need to check for something, safely pull over to the side of the road first. Now, this already may be pre-instinct, especially when your parents say, we're either gonna all die if we turn on the interior light or something. So I already don't do this, so that's already built in. Keep your eyes moving. Watch for flashes of light at the top of hills, at road bends and intersections that may indicate the headlights of other cars. Increase your following distance to make sure that you have time to adjust your speed or brake as needed. Nighttime and driving requires lots of concentration, which can be tiring. To prevent fatigue, take frequent breaks to give your eyes and mind a rest. Ooh. Oh. Hold on. It looks like I need my mind to break. Much better. Another coach checklist. Wet roads. Turn on your headlights even in light rain to help you see and be seen. True. Also, me personally, I use my fog lights. Turn on your front and rear defoggers to keep your windows clear. Now, basically, what it means by defogger, if you might like see this, right? And it's basically It's on the knob that changes the direction of the air, and this right here, that's the front windshield. If you turn the knob all the way down to here, in this case, it would start blowing air to the windshield. And it would essentially defog the windshield, and on some cars you actually have it where you can blow air to the windshield while still having air conditioning to your feet, so that way it's not all to the windshield. I know that on my Ram, my 2016 Ram, this is basically what it looks like. I basically have, yeah, see, the front defogger, the front and foot heater, and the fogger, and then if I push it, it does the rear window. And these are just self-explanatory. Especially like if you press that, it helps with the circulation. It helps with like especially the fog the side windows if you don't have that little vent on the side window on your car door, which I know that my mom's car has. In this case, it's the Compass that we're driving. But that's just for clarification if you didn't know what that was. Everything else here is just should be common sense. Braking earlier, watching for pedestrians in the rain. If you can't see on the road or a car in front of you, just pull over. Or yeah, what I do, what my mom does at least, she drives with the in the rain with the hazards on. We drive in the right lane at a slower pace. So say like the speed limit is 50. In the rain, if we can't see jack squat, we basically just drive like 40 something. We have like that on with the high beams on. But yeah, that's just personal preference rule. Hydroplaning usually occurs as a result of water on the road that is deeper than the tire tread and excessive speed. Reduces friction between the tire and the road. This can result in loss of control. To avoid hydroplaning, avoid deep puddles in the road. If you can't avoid the puddle, then slow down to minimize the risk if you do lose control. Now I think this is like a decent diagram of hydroplaning because I can't show it in Greenville. As you can see here, the tire of your car will hit the standing water. It cuts through it first, and it's shallow. But the thing is, if you go through like deep enough, it'll like build up in front of the tire, and then it'll essentially just lift it up. I'm being so for real. I hydroplaned once and it was pretty scary, and this is actually what happens. Fog. Slow down. You can't know where you're going if you can't see. Turn on low beams. High beams will reflect. But this basically explains that one diagram above. If your vehicle has fog lights, you should use them. Snow. Now I can't demonstrate anything right now because Greenville hasn't updated the snow. But make sure your entire vehicle is free of snow and ice before driving. Steer smoothly, travel slowly, and brake gently. Stay alert. Stopping distances are 10 times greater on snow. Watch rising conditions, especially in shaded areas and on bridges or overpass. Common sense, really. Don't, if you're sliding already, don't already brake, like brake hard. Just let your car roll and it'll slow you down faster than the brake will on ice. Entering a parallel parking space. Signal your intentions. We're not going to read all of this. I'm just going to demonstrate how you should parallel park. So in this instance, we're just going to use like this general area as another car. That was terrible, but that's like general idea, I guess. Exiting a parallel parking space. Entering an angled parking space. Exiting an angled parking space. Coach checklist, blah blah blah. Bumps in the road, this is figurative language. For the rookie driver, what happens if you're pulled over by a police officer? Pull off to the side of the road, far as traffic as possible, turn off the engine, radio, and any other device. Stay in your vehicle, keep your seatbelt fastened, keep your hands visible at all times on the steering wheel. If the officer issues you a citation, sign it and do not argue with the officer at all. Signing a citation is not an admission of guilt. This basically means don't run from the cops, don't argue with the cops. If you think something's wrong, I think you can address it in court. What happens if you get a citation? If you're convicted of a moving citation or given a probation before judgment while you are still holding your provisional driver's license, you'll be required to restart your 18-month waiting period. Whether you're holding a learner's permit or a provisional license, you will be required to attend the driver improvement program. This program is designed to review the concepts taught in driver education and to review reasons why driving safely is important. It really is important to drive safely unless you're acting like a complete jackass. Failing to attend driver improvement will result in suspension of your license. For additional information about citations and penalties while holding a provisional license in the state of Maryland, please go to the http://www.mva.maryland.gov. Why is this important? Well, more than 60 people are killed in Maryland, and more than 7,800 people are injured in crashes involving young drivers. New Maryland drivers of all ages are much more likely to be involved in crashes than experienced drivers. This can really depend. New drivers are also more likely to receive a citation in their first year driving. Studies show that parents can be a positive influence by being good drivers themselves and by being actively engaged with new drivers. You must always contact law enforcement if someone has been injured in a crash. A vehicle cannot be moved. A driver appears to be under the influence. A driver does not have a license. A driver tries to leave the scene without giving proper information. Public property has been damaged. Now, this is usually when you get into an accident, like if they like hit you, and you have to exchange and they just hit and run. I guess that's where they, yeah. If you are in a crash where someone has been injured, immediately contact 911 and stay at the scene until help arrives. Do not move vehicles. Everything else should be like common sense. Don't drive without drugs, or do not drive using drugs or alcohol. And this here's the log, and this is really just the end of the book. This is going to be a long video, and this is congratulations! So, I'm safe to say that we've done the driver's handbook for Maryland and Greenville to a decent extent. Thank you for watching my video. Like and subscribe and join the Discord below for more events revolving around me again here as we do decently fun events. Have a good one.